Ladies and gentlemen, song designers, we're going to do part 4, add a drum machine. What are we going to do? Add at least one drum machine track and name it I did these drums, so I know that you did those drums. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to our project. We're going to open it up, and we're going to go to add track, and we're going to go to drum machine. And you can try like different things and see what happens. You can do empty from scratch is what I want you to do. I'm just going to click off of this because for speed purposes. But click empty, and what you can do is you can like add. You can add a tss, okay. You can add a tss, you can add a. So I'm going to add a boom there, and I'm going to add a boom there, boom there, and a there, and a there. And so then I'm going to say, all right, I'm done. And so you can see my drum track, and then let's see how that sounds. I'm going to mute this drum track, and let's see how it sounds. Okay, so at any rate, and then in the same way, you can like loop it more or less, or copy and paste it, and do what you want with it. All right, and so then you're going to click right here, and you're going to say rename, and you're going to say I did this drum machine. So I know you did that drum machine. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a MIDI track. Okay. So loops are recorded sound that you repeat. Okay, so a loop is sound just like you recorded in Audacity. It's like an MP3 or a WAV or something like that. So it's sound, right? And so it is what it is. You can loop it and add to it, but you can't change it a whole lot. But a different thing is a MIDI. So a MIDI is where you like pick notes, boop, 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 right? And you save that information for those notes. And the computer can play those notes, and it can play those notes on pretty much any instrument that you can find or use. So it's a different way of recording. Okay, write that down. You can go, by the way, if you want to download MIDIs, like find pre-made MIDIs, you can search on the internet, and I'll show you one that I found later on. Okay. What are you going to add? Add one good MIDI track in an instrument you like and name it I did this MIDI, so that I know that you did this MIDI. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to add track, and it's a virtual instrument. And what we're going to do first is we're going to figure out what instrument we want. And so I want an 80s square lead. Okay? And so then I'm going to go to MIDI editor, and I'm going to say, well, I want to go, oh, what's it not doing? Oh, I got it. I'm sorry. I got to go to where I'm drawing on the sounds. Okay, and then I'm going to go up high. Okay, and then I'm going to go middle. Okay, and then I'm going to like go like this, and then like, okay, let's go ahead and like loop that. And that may be good or it may be terrible. Most likely terrible. So at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and go here, and let's listen to it. That's good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let's double click on this thing again, and let's go to, let's say like, no, I don't want that. I want it to be a defunky crutch. I don't know what that is, but let's try it. Okay, so let's see what it sounds like now. That is just what I needed. Okay, so anyway, you can see how it saves the notes, and you can play it on any instrument. Okay, so go ahead and then don't forget that you're gonna rename it I made this MIDI. Okay, so I'm going to show you one more thing. Okay, so we're going to save our work. Okay, I'm going to do, earlier I downloaded a MIDI, And so I'm going to go project, new project, and I'm just going to say instruments. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my folder with my name on it, and I'm going to go into, oh, here it is. So here's a Pink Floyd song, Have a Cigar. And I'm going to drag that MIDI that I've downloaded off the internet. And so an interesting thing, so this is a whole song. They got the bass and the drums and the keyboards and all kinds of stuff. So there's all these different files, but if you hit play, it's going to play the... Yeah, boy. Ah, you're gonna go far. You're not gonna die. Right, you can. That's how the song goes, something like that. Probably better than that whole thing. Anyway, so that's how you can do that with a MIDI too. So if there's like a song you want, and one thing you could do, same thing, is you can double click on this and say, oh, I want this to be a marimba instead. Okay, and so then we can play it with using a marimba and see how that sounds. I'm not sure what just happened. All right, I'm not gonna belabor it too long. Okay, so that's it for this part, and then we're gonna go on to part 5, recording your voice or an instrument.